So we just got a casual reveal of one of the new mantles in Monster Hunter Wilds from an official livestream where they showed off the new Udra hunt. Not only did we get to see the description of it from the camp inventory, but we also got to see it in action. Introducing the Mending Mantle. Shoutouts to Shincry for noticing this in one of the dev streams. This mantle is going to be a huge deal and probably a staple for many hunters. Let's start by reading the in-game description. Steadily restores health over a set amount of time. Just like a lot of Monster Hunter item descriptions, this does not tell the full story. Look at how much healing this thing does. It's like you get a free Mega Potion every few seconds without having to get stuck in the drink animation. And yet, it still does one more thing. Look at this. This mantle gives us lifesteal, which means that we heal from all of the damage that we do. Having lifesteal on Monster Hunter is extremely powerful, and at least in World and Rise, it's something that we didn't have access to until very late in those games. It's a super interesting choice to give us access to this before we hit the endgame in Wilds. Mantles were kind of controversial in World, mainly because of the power of the temporal mantle, which acted as an auto dodge. Like all mantles, they have limited use before going on a long cooldown. While we haven't seen yet if the temporal mantle will make a return, this is going to be even stronger in some ways. While it won't save you from an attack that will kill you, it will save you from getting hit by a follow-up if you wouldn't have had time to heal otherwise. It also drastically changes how you can play as long as it's active, because instead of stopping to run around and heal, you can keep swinging and heal that way. In World, where we had permanent lifesteal upgrades, this was considered mandatory by a lot of people and completely changed the way you played because you had more room to be reckless. Sunbreak took a more balanced approach by limiting it to an armor skill that only worked when hitting an already broken monster part, so you weren't just healing off of everything without earning it. I don't know if this will be the only way to get lifesteal in Wilds, but I do hope that there are more options later on. I actually enjoyed that Rise made it a meaningful choice and that you had to figure out how to work it into your build instead of just putting it on your weapon with fewer trade-offs. It's a tough and powerful effect to balance, but I won't deny that it's fun to be able to be hyper aggressive knowing that you can power through attacks with it. Especially now that we have focus attacks with hyper armor, combining that with any form of lifesteal will probably just give us massive healing windows on top of all the free damage. I just think that it's good when this power comes at a trade-off, and while some may find this new Mending Mantle to be overpowered, I'm hoping that we have a lot of appealing options for mantles in the full game so we aren't just stuck using one the entire time. And before we go, I have a question. Does this new mantle sound more or less broken than the temporal was? Do you want the temporal to come back as well? Anyway, if you enjoyed this, I'm going to be making tons of useful Wilds videos, so subscribe, join the Discord, and I'll see you in the next video.